Hello, this is the Postural Assessment. This is my client, Jeff Rumbaugh. He's also my dad. We are going to be doing this remotely. We're doing this through Zoom. So for this postural assessment, we're going to start up at his head. So he's standing here nice and relaxed. So just get into a normal posture as you would. Okay, good. All right, so looking head on, everything looks in line, no tilting left or right, looks straight. And then can you turn to your side so I can see from this angle? So what I'm noticing is just a slight curve in the top of his back, hunches just a little bit forward. And I think it may be moving your head just a tiny, just barely forward. But other than that, it looks normal. So you can turn to face me again. Okay, we'll move on then to the upper back. So we kind of just talked about that actually. So, sorry, turn to your side again. I see just a slight curve, hunched forward slightly. We'll notice this a little bit more when he's down in a push-up position. You can kind of see it, but okay. And then shoulders would be next. So turn to face me again. Looking straight on, your left shoulder is just a little bit higher. We've discussed this before, but looks just slightly higher. And then other than that, it doesn't look like they're elevated or depressed too much. They look pretty normal. You can turn around to your back, and we'll look for this winged scapula. So do me a favor, just hold your shirt, like grab it and then pull it forward kind of so I can see. To me, I don't see any protrusions or any sticking out wings. We talked about this earlier too. I don't think he has winged scapulas, so good. All right, turn around to face me again. We'll go to pelvis. So normally I would ask to touch your pelvis so I could see, to make sure they're aligned, but since I can't do that, I'll have you do it. So you're just gonna take your hands and put it, let me see if I can back up. Put them on the top of your pelvic or your hip bones. And as you do that, it looks like your right hip is a little bit higher than your left. Then turn to your side again. Okay, so it looks like it's in line with your knee. It doesn't, your hips are not tilted in or out toward the side, which is good. So then face me again. We'll do the Q angle. So put your feet together. Yeah, we don't have to see that your feet are as long as they're touching. Your feet are touching. Okay, perfect. And then so we can see from here that your hips are pretty much in line with your knees. They're not way out wide, so that looks good. All right, so we'll look at your knees next. So do you mind rolling up your sweatpants so I can just see your knees? Thank you. Okay, so they look level, like they both look like they're in line. I think that your left, well, they're just a little bit lateral. They face a little bit outwards. The left one to me looks just slightly more outward or lateral. But other than that, looks good. Okay, then foot. This one's a little bit hard to do on the camera, but can you put your camera down just a little bit, like angle it so I can see your foot, and then take off your shoe. Okay. Perfect. So, and then turn your foot kind of to face the camera, like like that. So we can see with his foot that they're not flat. There's a pretty normal arch in it, which makes sense because his knees are not caving in. They're a little bit out, so that makes sense. Okay, you can put your shoes back on if you want, and then I'll just have you walk from one side to the other so I can look at your gait. Just walk like how you would normally walk. Okay, and back, the dogs. Okay, and then start back at kind of the TV and then walk towards me. Okay. To me, it looks like the arms are swaying naturally. The gait looks like a normal size. Knees look like they're in line with hips and ankles. Your feet don't look like they're caving in or fanning out. So looks like a good walk to me. Okay, so that's the postural part of this. Then we're going to move into the movement analysis. So I have, I think, 5 exercises that I'm just going to look at. So we'll start with the squat. So I'll just give a little demo. Can you see? This will be an air squat. You can have your arms out forward or in like this. You're going to squat to about 90 degrees, and you're going to come back up. And you can do this forward, like facing me first, and then we'll have you turn to the side. So go ahead. Just do a couple, just keep going. Okay, that's good. So your knees are, just hold on. From the front view, your knees are coming out just a little bit. Let me see if I can show you. Knees are coming out just a little bit instead of in, or like more like this. And let me see, go again. Okay. And then just back up a little bit so I can see your feet. Okay, go ahead. Your knees are just like a little bit wobbly as you go down. But your feet are facing forward, they're in line. That looks good. Turn to your side and squat again so I can see. Okay, good. I was explaining this earlier, I think. You just have a tiny bit of like the butt tuck. It comes in just a little bit like this. Looking at down there. Did you see it? Okay. And then do it one more time. Let me look at your back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would just say just the butt tuck is the only issue. Okay. All right. So then we'll move into lunges. So you'll do forward lunges. So just sorry, let me show this again. Just alternate legs. Which one goes in front? Just do those, and then let me see. Okay. So kind of like your squats, your knee comes out a little bit wide when you're bending down. Instead of being like in a straight line like this, it's a little bit out like this. You can see that. It's a little bit wobbly too. Okay, turn to your side, or turn like this so I can see. Okay, now, yeah, go again. Okay, it looks like Looks like you're keeping most of your weight in your front foot. I would try to keep knee behind toe pretty good, and just make sure you're bracing at the core. Okay, good. All right, then we're gonna do pulls, which are kind of like rows. So you have that thing to row with. Perfect. All right, so yeah, face me first, just a normal row. Pull your elbows back to your ribs. And as you're doing that, I'm gonna look and make sure your scapulas are kind of pinching into each other. So from the front, do that again, sorry. Okay, your shoulders slightly elevate as you're pulling it in, and then turn to the side. Let me see from this angle. Okay, looks like you're pulling your scapula together. Okay, good. You can stop there. The next one we're gonna do is a push test. So it'll be like push-ups. So go ahead and get down in your push-up position. Yeah, you can do, yeah, let's go with that angle first. And then just go ahead and start doing push-ups and I'll look at it. So this is where you can see the little bit of curve in this upper back. Push-ups are looking pretty good, just making sure to brace the bottom of your core, but your back looks pretty straight. Do a push-up so you're facing like this way. So I can look at how far apart your arms or your hands are from your shoulders. That's good. Okay, so I can see your scapula. They look pretty symmetrical coming in together. Your arms were wider than your shoulders. So it looked good. All right, last one's gonna be the core exercise. Let me see if I can show like the half-dead bug. You are gonna lay on your back with your legs at a 90-degree angle. Your hands can be on the floor, you can put weight in them, your head, I guess, will be down. And then you're gonna straighten your leg and bring it down, touch the floor, and come back up. Okay.
Can you see?
Yes. Okay. Good. And you're feeling it in your core?
Yes.
Okay. And it looks like your back, your lower back is flat, touching the ground. That's correct. Okay. Good. That one looked pretty good. So that is actually all for this postural assessment. So I'll use what I've taken notes here, and I'll use these notes to help make workouts in the future. So thank you for being here. All right.